In the continuation of just going back to the fundamentals, today we're going to talk about our 45-second ask. This used to be the 60-second ask, but it is 45-second due to the group size, and then it gets even shorter as our group gets bigger. So as we focus on growth in 2024, and we get 40 people in the room, we eventually get to 45, it's going to be even more important that we're succinct and we help make a perfect pitch. We get 45 seconds to tell each other what it is we're looking for this week from this room as we're out there doing business. And I'm going to go all the way back to Member Success Program. For those of you that are new, Member Success Program is our onboard program. Right when you join BNI, in the first 60 days, Member Success Program helps you make the most out of BNI right away so you know why everything that's happening in BNI at the meeting is happening in the meeting. So you might remember this. It was the 60-second ask, but in our group, it's the 45-second ask for time, where you stand and say intro, your name, company, profession. We give an LCD. We give one. Who knows what an LCD is or who wants to shout it out? LCD? Lowest common denominator or least common denominator. You talk about that least common denominator, and then you do the ask. This is sometimes where we actually forget to do the thing that helps us the most. Ask for the business. So a couple minutes ago, Mark is like, the philosophy of BNI is? Okay, so if we're all here giving with the attitude of giving, you can ask me for what you want because I'm already trying to help you get it. So go back to last week, or 2 weeks ago now, we talked about the one-to-one where I was saying, arm me, make me your most dangerous weapon outside this room for referability. Same thing here. When it comes to your ask, make sure you do the ask. So you've heard it said in BNI before, specific is terrific, but memorable also makes money. So in the LCD, we call it the lowest common denominator or the least common denominator, but in BNI, it also is a little chunk of detail, something specific that actually you can help people with or you do for another business if you're in B2B. So there's B2B and there's B2C. Okay, B2B is business to business and B2C is business to who? Business to client, business to consumer. So our LCD can be specific products and services, selected target markets, particular benefits or qualifications as a professional. Notice that some of these also translate to the one-to-one worksheets. And the idea here is that it's the sum of the parts and what makes you a fit. So there may be some specificity to the type of business you can refer to Eddie or the type of situation Eddie can help someone out who needs representation when it comes to business law. That doesn't mean that Eddie wants to do all the things in business law, but there might be some specificity, and knowing these things about him through his commercial, through his one-to-ones, is going to help me drive better referrals towards him. The B2B funnel is this. You build it from the top down, and you ask from the bottom up. So we want to identify the industry, the type of company you're looking for, the company name and location, department, title, name, and ask. And then when we deliver our 45-second commercial, we're going to say that in reverse order. Hi, this week my ask is this, and this. This person who's at that department, at that company, they do this, and this, and then they're that industry. So here you're laying a lot of landmines of tripping points for us to land on during the week when we're out doing what we're doing. Or even if we're at our office, we have clients coming in. If I was at Novo, Brazil, would that be a good referral for you? Right? Because I'm over at my Kess shooting there. But if I was over Novo, Brazil, that'd be a good referral for you, even though they're not the same client, they're in the same industry. They're in different places, but they have something similar that's the same type of company. So you may not always be in the middle of the referral, but that doesn't mean it's not the right referral. So I can always say something to Amy like, hey, I don't have the referral you asked for this week, but it's in the same industry as this person. Would that be a good referral for you? And she could go, yeah, that'd be a great referral for me. So what we want to do here is we're going to put some business landmines in place so that as we're out doing what we're doing, we can trip on these things for each other and we come back to the meeting and we have those referrals to pass. The business to consumer funnel, whether you have a product or service, we have to discuss what kind of person needs this. So think about what Dr. Carolina asks all the time. Someone's having a specific problem with their gut health. They're having an issue in their life that's materializing in some other way, but it's stemming from their gut health. Who might we know that is that person? A lot of times this is a private scenario, someone who's going to see a private doctor. We don't always know that, but they might allude to a symptom that they might be having that could drive a referral for her. And then you make your ask. So this is the same idea of putting business landmines in place, but when it's business to consumer, what you're looking at is how can you drive a solution of someone you trust in this room to the person you probably already love in your life that needs the help or has said something that they don't know that you are sitting in a room full of possible solutions for them for these things. So when you're building your commercial for these here in BNI, talk about the product and the service. Describe what kind of person needs it. Your compliance may not let you say client names, but you can give client stories. And then who might we know who is that person or is talking to all those people at the same time? Words to avoid. Small business. How many employees is defined as a small business? Anybody? 250 or less? Lots of different answers. So the Small Business Administration has an answer. We personally have an answer. Our industry might have an answer. Our company might have a description that we have to follow. But small business doesn't help us really think. So sometimes Will stands up and says, it's this company. They make this much in sales. They're located at this place, the person I'm looking for, and they have 250 employees. That's specific. So I know he can do this industry, that kind of place of town, and that size of company with employees. Same thing, Martha. Martha, you're talking about a business that has 4 employees or more. So it doesn't matter if it's 100? No? Does it matter if it's 1,000? No? Okay. But 4 or more. We also want to avoid anybody. Why would we want to avoid anybody? The word anybody. Who do you think of if I say, hey, I'm looking for anybody who wants to be on video?
Nobody's ever met anybody.
Nobody's ever met anybody. They're 2 best friends. Nobody and anybody hang out. And together they make somebody. Oh, that's there too. So we avoid saying full service. Who wants to say why? Who remembers why? Anybody remember why we don't want to say full service? That's what's expected of me. My full service is expected. When you pass a referral to me, I better be giving full service. Like, hey, you should meet my friend Andy. He gives like 75% service. He's really great. The other 25, I got another guy for, but he only does 25. Like, it doesn't work that way. So full service doesn't help us think of anything, and it's also expected. It's built into you being a profession is, full service kind of comes with the gig. And then somebody and everybody. When I say that, hey, I'm looking for somebody who do you think of? You think of nobody. So I used to have this little trick back when I was doing loans, and Mark and I were both in BNI at the same time. And I would stand up and ask for specifically VA clients. And I'd say, this week I'm looking for your neighbor to the right. And she's the one walking out the front door at the beginning of the day with a bag in hand, a toddler over here with a little backpack, getting into the minivan. And on that minivan is a little window sticker. And it's yellow, and it's blue, and it's white. That's an access sticker for the Navy base. That's the referral I'm looking for this week. I didn't say anything about loans, anything about buying a house, anything about that. I'm pointing your focus to something. Not somebody, your neighbor to the right. The mom walking out the front door. So somebody that paints and illustrates a picture for you of what it is I'm looking for. Okay, so this is the approach is laser target versus shotgun. And then lastly, practice. Ask for help. If you need help, I'd be happy to help. There's also advanced training on this. You'll find podcasts on this and articles at BNI about this. And then ask, what would we say about you? Maybe you don't want to say good things about you or how you'd refer yourself. Ask me. Ask someone else in the chapter that you trust. I'd be happy to tell you great things about you that you can write down and tell other people to say. To other people to say? Yeah. And then bring new asks to BNI. Try them here. This is like the safest place probably for you to try something and then doctor it better and make it better for you outside there where maybe you only get one crack at it. This here, every week on Wednesday, you get a new crack with me. Every week I'm here. I'm going to write down your referral request, and you get to try a new one next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. So you get 50 attempts here every single year, and you might only get one shot with that potential client. And then record yourself. I'm not saying it has to be a camera and a mic and all this. Just practice it. Practice yourself in the mirror. Even talk about it. Say it in the car, wherever you got to do to say it. But make sure you're targeting laser targeting versus shotgun scattering, and then that's it. I'll have this as a follow-up. I thought there was a little more. I thought I had an outro, but whatever. But that's it for your asks. If you have more specific questions you want me to help you with personally, let's schedule a one-to-one, and I'll help you advance how you're asked. And also, I'm working on this, just by the way, guys, I'm working on this too. Like, I can do anything with a camera, but I really have to drill down what things are going to be most useful for building the business I'm building for my daughters. So, I'm working on this too. It's not me just teaching you and telling you what you guys do. I got to work on these things too. So I'm hoping that you'll be gracious and merciful when I'm attempting new things in this room too. Thanks.